We've all felt this way in life, that we have a crazy idea that can change the world for good and probably turn us into millionaires, but we don't know how to convert that idea into a reality, do we? Now, what if I can show you a way where you can turn your dream ideas into a reality? For our context today, we'll talk about problems that can be solved through software. Yes, the same software that we use to order food daily, the same software that we use to book cabs daily, the same software that we use to entertain ourselves daily, the same software that we pay for month on month without feeling a pinch because the value it provides is just massive. But we all know that to build software, we have to go to college, or maybe we can learn it online, but we have to spend months, if not years, to learn how to code. It's a time-consuming and a tedious process, and we don't want to go through that. But one thing that we do want in our lives at some point is the freedom to build the next world-changing product like Uber, Ola, Swiggy, Zomato, Netflix, Twitter, Facebook. The only problem is that to build such a product, it takes a lot of engineering effort. But remember, we don't know how to code. So what do? We no code. No code is a simpler and quicker way to create software without learning all the complex programming languages, but still creating a functional product in the end. Let's understand this through an example. There was a time when people had to spend weeks to travel from a point A to point B. Then came around trains that saved a lot of time for us. We could travel longer distances without spending a lot of time. And then came aeroplanes, and the time was cut even further. Now we can travel thousands of kilometers in a matter of a few hours. So what changed? As technology progressed, we found better and more efficient ways to attain the same outcomes. That was to go from point A to point B. No code is just that. Earlier, we had to spend a lot of time sitting in front of a dark screen, writing colorful, magical words that only God knows who understands. But that has changed. These no-code tools allow us to drag and drop things on the screen so that we can create the design we want. They allow us to set up logic and database so that our applications can function properly. And finally, it allows us to deploy our software or applications so that real people can use them to solve their very real problems. And if the solution is good enough, they will pay you very real money. How amazing is that? Now I wonder, what can we actually build with no code? I'm guessing we can just only build something like a calculator? Well, no. You can build very real games without writing any code. I'm not lying. You can build beautiful websites that can handle millions of visitors every single month without writing any code. You can build social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Funny story, somebody built a clone of Twitter and called it notrealtwitter.com. How cool is that? And they did that without writing any code using a no-code tool called Bubble. Now coming back to what can we actually build, we can build fully functional mobile applications without writing any code. We can build voice applications for Alexa and Google Home devices. Some other use cases are building dashboards, job boards, chatbots, automations, and whatnot. Possibilities are endless. Now let me list out a few no-code tools that you can use today to build your own software. For beautiful and well-crafted custom design websites, you can use Webflow. We use Webflow in our studio day in day out for all our customers, and they love it. For more simpler websites, you can use Card or Softer. For web applications, you can use the most advanced no-code tool that we have today, which is Bubble. With Bubble, you can create Netflix, Twitter, Facebook, whatever you can think of, you can build it. For mobile applications, you can start with Glide apps and move on to Adalo if you want to build more complex apps. If you want to build a super powerful application, I recommend that you use Flutterflow. For voice applications, we love to use VoiceFlow. I recently built out an application for telling stories to children on Alexa devices through VoiceFlow. And I integrated artificial intelligence in that without writing any code. It's super cool. Now just one thing that I do want to highlight so that I don't mislead anyone through this video is that no code does not mean that you can simply build software by dragging and dropping things on the screen and it just gets created. It's not as simple as that. You require logical thinking and real problem solving skills to build anything useful. The no-code tool is just a medium so that you don't have to write the code. You can simply see what you're creating, but you still have to think about the logic that will make your application functional. You still have to think about how to create a good database. You still have to think about how you can create an amazing design for your application so that your app looks and functions just as well. As I said earlier, no-code has reduced our time of going from point A, where we only have our idea, to a point B, where we have a fully functional product. But it is not a big red button that we press and it spits out working applications.